Hi everyone, Minimalist Brick here. Today we are going to be looking at set 76080, Aisha's Revenge. This set has 323 pieces and it has 4 minifigures. We're going to take a big overview on this set, so stay tuned. We're going to be looking at each of these builds along with the 4 minifigures. And truly get to know my opinion of, is this one of the best Marvel sets out there that LEGO has made? So stay tuned. We are going to take a look at the minifigures first, and we're going to start off with the best one from this set, which is Yondu. Now, one thing I have to say is this set is retired. This is actually one of the most sought after LEGO sets because of the fact that there's Yondu in this. Yondu is exclusive to this set, and honestly, this is probably why the price of this set has spiked up for many years, because just to find this minifigure alone at your local Bricks and Minifigs or Bricklink.com, it's going to cost you probably from a low standpoint of like $25 all the way up to $50. Just to buy this set brand new and sealed, you're going to be looking at probably between $60 to $80 when it originally retailed for $29.99. Now, Yondu, you get his classic arrow that is connected to the attachment on his head. Whenever he whistles, he can control it, and he does a lot of damage with that arrow in the movies. And I have to say, his torso printing is amazing. He does have some slight leg printing. You might not see it, but part of his torso printing overlaps onto his leg printing. And I think they did a spectacular job with this minifigure, and I just absolutely love it so much. The next minifigure we'll be looking at is Star-Lord. Now, with this minifigure, they don't give you the classic, Star-Lord's mask, but they give you a great torso printing, and it comes along with the jetpack and the hand blasters. Now, I have to say, when it comes to this minifigure, they try to replicate it from the movie, and at the point of the movie in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, his face mask was broken, so that is why they do not have it in this set. Now, when I'm talking about the jetpack, it's a standard piece right here. It's called the binocular piece from LEGO, but they use it just for the jetpack piece, which I think is cool. But nothing really exclusive. You've seen Star-Lord many times in many Marvel sets, but it's a great addition to have, especially since this torso printing is kind of related to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, I have to zoom in on Baby Groot just because he is so tiny. They just have him on one measly Lego stud. But, the cool thing about him is they try to attach some of the Guardians of the Galaxy jacket to him. And so, you have some exclusive printing on this Baby Groot model, or, I should say mold. But one thing I will mention is, the attachment they gave him is just so funny, just because in the movie, this is the bomb that, Rocket Raccoon gives to Baby Groot so they can set it up. And I found it to be funny, as part of this minifigure. But nothing new here. We've seen Baby Groot before in another Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 set. So it's cool that they include him in this set, though. So the last minifigure in this set is Aisha. And I have to say, I don't know if she's exclusive to this set, but one thing I will mention is the torso leg printing is pretty cool, standard to the outfit they had in the movies. And they have this little control panel, which I found funny just because most of Aisha and her civilization, they just power a lot of their machinery through these robotic structures. So I found it cool that they add this kind of panel. But the thing about this set is she is mad, and I'm not going to spoil so much of the movie in this review, but there's a reason why it is called Aisha's Revenge. So please watch the movie if you haven't yet. One thing I want to mention in this clip right here is Aisha is known to be born as a paragon, and the first time we actually see Aisha in the Marvel Comics is when she is introduced into the Incredible Hulk line. I don't know what issue, but I remember that they introduced her character in that Marvel comic series. So if you want to know more about her, please look into some of her first introductions in the Incredible Hulk. But one thing I will mention is she is in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. And so if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. We get to see more of her character in the Volume 3 movie. And I think she's a great minifigure and a good addition to this set. So this is one of the vehicles that Aisha powers remotely, and I have to say, it has a lot of play features, a lot of color, and I think they did a great job trying to replicate what they showed in the movie. When you look at this model right here, you have some blasters right here where if you press this, it will launch it, and it has some translucent blue pieces right here, and then on the back, you see some of the propellers that they have for the engine too as well. And one of the things I have to mention is it's a small build, but they did a great job showing you what the vehicle looks like and what it should be based off the movie and little to no pieces. They didn't have to go in so much detail, and I think the designers did a great job with this part right here. So the build right next to Star-Lord is a side build, and it doesn't involve that many pieces, but I want to say the designers were showing this part of the build as the battlefield when they're on Ego. And there is one play feature, and if you press this red button right here, it does launch it to a different location, which I think is kind of cool. A nice play feature for such a small set. And like I said, I think it's kind of cool if you play it out and try to recreate the scene and those kind of things. Now, this is one of the last builds in the set based off the instruction book, and I have to say this is one of the highlights of this set. Now, if you do not know me, I love Lego with a lot of color, and when it comes to Marvel sets, you get your standard colors, but you don't really get to see yellow that much, and I think they did a great job with this set, including so much of the key characteristics of what this ship looked like from the movie, and I think the designers added a lot of great gems in this, along with the patterns they used. And honestly, when you look at the front and you've seen the movie before, they did a great job trying to show the parallels. And when it comes to this part of the build, I will say it does come open just to input the minifigure. It's a tight squeeze, but you can put the minifigure in there, and they do this sliding motion, not easily. It's connected at a pin, so you have to use some force, but they do that so it can lock in pretty well. Now, I'm gonna close it back up here. Now, in this set, or I should say in the movie too as well, they usually have Yondu and Baby Groot, and in this set did not include Rocket Raccoon, but in the movie, Rocket Raccoon was in this ship. They were trying to save Peter Quill because Ego was taking over Peter Quill, but once again, if you haven't seen the movie, it has been out for a while, so I highly recommend seeing it. It is a good movie. Now, like I said, when it comes to stickers, there aren't that many, and they do a good job trying to show you where it goes, but there's no precision you really need. You have the sticker right there, some right there. These might require some precision, but these do not. And honestly, like I said, they're not the hardest thing to put on. So, just take your time. And one of the great things of this set is there are some play features, and they add some cool translucent plates in here. When it comes to the play function of it, you just push the red, pin right there, and it'll shoot it out. So once again, this set, they made sure to include some play features. Here at Minimalist Bricks, we have to decide whether or not this is a great set to put on the shelves, or if it's a set that we should just destroy and, save the pieces in our inventory, or donate this set to another person so they can build it. And I have to say, based off, the title of this video, I think this is one of the best Marvel sets out there. You get some great minifigures. You especially get Yondu, the only time you'll ever see Yondu. I was hoping that he might have been included in Volume 3 or maybe in Volume 1 sets, but that is the only time we ever get him, and I think the ship especially is awesome. Now, the side builds, I will say, are, but I like the play features, and I think it was a great inclusion in this set. So my final thoughts are, yes, I would put it on my shelf. Now, here's the thing, you might see this in my earlier videos that I don't really have that much shelf space. So anything that goes on these shelves are really special sets to me. And like I said, I do love the Yondu minifigure, and I might keep the ship for a long period of time on the shelves, but I might destroy this set, or I might take it apart just because, Aisha's vehicle right here, I just don't really care for too much. But I would keep the minifigures up there because I think it's a great representation of this set. And I truly think it is one of the top 10 Marvel sets that they have ever created at LEGO. So with that being said, we will not be destroying this set today. And thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Bye.